Now we can see the various types of single phase controlled rectifiers. That is, based on the thyristor connector, we can classify them into various types. That is, now we are going to see the single phase half wave rectifier with R load. Half wave rectifier, that is half wave controlled rectifier. We are going to use here the thyristor, therefore it is said to be half wave controlled thyristor rectifier with R load. The circuit for this is shown in the figure. In this we are having a thyristor that is connected to the AC source. By using a transformer, we are giving a supply to the thyristor, that is it is a step down, and the voltage, that is the voltage is nothing but it is equal to Vm sin omega t, and the load connected here is a resistive load. Therefore, this is the applied voltage, that is the applied voltage is nothing but it is equal to Vm sin omega t. During the positive, that is what happens, this is the AC supply voltage, this is applied voltage, or we can say it as a source voltage. When the supply voltage is applied to this one, that is during positive half of the cycle, this is said to be the positive half of the cycle. During that period, the anode is connected to the positive and cathode is connected to the negative. Therefore, the SCR is forward biased. But since it is forward biased, it will not start conducting. Only when the gate trigger pulse is given, it starts conducting. Therefore, the trigger pulse is given, that the gate trigger pulse is given at an angle of alpha. That is, the pulse is triggered at an angle of alpha. During that period when the triggering pulse is given, that period what happens, the T1 thyristor starts conducting. That is, from the forward biased region it starts to the conducting mode, that is it turns on, and the output voltage obtained will be starting from where it is triggered. That is, this is your output voltage and it traces the same as that of, it follows the same as that of the AC input voltage. But at this point pi, that is at this point pi, when it comes it's 0, what happens here? Here in this case, during negative half of the cycle, this is a negative half of the cycle. During that period, what happens? This is, that is anode is connected to negative and cathode is connecting to positive. Therefore, it becomes reverse biased. That is, the thyristor is reverse biased. Since the thyristor is reverse biased, nothing, that is the output coming will be 0 during the negative half of the cycle. During the negative half of the cycle, the output coming will be 0. Therefore, in this case, the conventional flow, that is the current flows from the source to the load. Therefore, the output current also flows from here. That is, the direction of the current is from here. That is from positive to R to the negative. Therefore, both the voltage, both the output voltage as well as the output current are in the same direction, only the magnitude alone differs. Therefore, this operates under the first quadrant. That is, we can see here both the voltage and the current are positive. Both the current are positive. By varying, this is said to be the thyristor. That is, in this case, that is what happens in this. This is said to be T1. That is, during this this is a T1. This is the output voltage. That is, we can say it as the output voltage VT1. VT1 is a thyristor voltage. What will be the thyristor voltage is shown here. Here and during this is during the negative half of the cycle. Therefore, by varying this gate signal, if you start triggering here, this when it is start triggered from here, the output voltage obtained will be less. It will be coming like this. Therefore, by varying the trigger pulse, that is by varying the firing angle, this is said to be your firing angle. That is 0 to alpha is said to be your firing angle. That is firing angle. By varying the firing angle, we can obtain the controlled output. Output voltage can be controlled during the period of conduction. The voltage drop across the device is the order of, that is voltage drop across the device is shown here, that is this is a drop across the thyristor is shown here, and it is less than 1 volt. Firing angle is defined as it is a angle that is between the zero crossing of the input voltage to the instant where the triggering pulse is given to the thyristor. That is said to be the firing angle of the thyristor. Firing angle that is mentioned as the alpha here. If you want to find it out the output voltage, we can see that if we are taking a output for a one period of cycle, that is from 0 to 2 pi, that is 0, 180 degree, and it is said to be your 360 degree, that is 0 to 2 pi. But the output voltage is obtained between alpha to pi. Therefore, what we can see that but the conduction is taking, but the whole process is taking for a period of, what we can take it as, for a period of 0 to 2 pi. Therefore, we can find the average voltage, output voltage, as well as for finding the average output voltage, that is output voltage is DC. Therefore, the total conducting time, that is the total time period is 2 pi, and the conduction is taking plus alpha 2 pi. Therefore, we are finding out the integrating, and we are finding out the average output voltage. Therefore, VDC we can take it as, that is this is the output voltage, average output voltage mentioned as VDC, that is equal to 1 by 2 pi for an entire period of time, that is equal to 2 pi. Already I shown in the graph, that is in the waveform, and the conduction is taking place between alpha to pi. Therefore, we are integrating the output between alpha to pi, and the input voltage obtained, that is it is nothing but it follows the input voltage, that is equal to Vm sin omega t. Therefore, after integrating this, that is VDC is equal to what? Vm, we are taking the Vm outside, and Vm by pi. When you integrate sin theta, you will be getting it as minus cos theta, and when you substitute the limits, that is what is that, cos phi is equal to minus 1, minus into minus, that is you are getting it as what, plus 1, that is minus into minus plus 1, and lower limit is nothing but alpha. When you are substituting alpha, minus of minus equal to what, you will get it as plus alpha. Therefore, the output voltage obtained for a half controlled rectifier, single phase half controlled rectifier is nothing but it is equal to Vm by 2 pi 1 plus cos alpha. Therefore, from this we can say that the output voltage is DC is varied from Vm to pi, Vm by pi to 0, and as a firing angle varies, it varies from 0 to pi. The average current. Previously, we have found out the average voltage. Now, we are going to find it out the RMS voltage of the output. RMS voltage with the R load for the half controlled rectifier. RMS voltage, you know, that is nothing but it is equal to root of what? That is root of Vd square. That is Vdc square root of, that is square root of, we can take it as the what? Vdc the whole square. Therefore, by using that, we are taking it as Vrms is equal to 1 by 2 pi. What is that? That is taken root 2 is taken root is taken as what, we can take it as a half. Therefore, here 1 by 2 pi alpha to pi Vm square sin square omega t d square. When you are integrating, you will get the output as Vrms is equal to Vm by 2, that is 1 by 2 pi pi minus alpha sin alpha 2 alpha by 2 power half. This is by integrating you will get the answer. Substituting the limits you will get the answer. This is the RMS value of the what? Single phase half wave controlled rectifier with the R load.